some of the most common agile estimation techniques. And the three that we're going to cover is the big, uncertain, small, also known as the bus. We have T-shirt sizes, and we have the Fibonacci sequence. We're going to start with the most simple one, the bus. The big, uncertain, small estimation technique has three buckets. You have a bucket for big user stories, you have a bucket for uncertain user stories, and you have a bucket for small user stories. All of the features, all of the items that are being estimated get placed into one of those three buckets. Ideally, you want as many features in the small bucket as possible. Those features are small and bite-sized and can be done in a relatively short amount of time. Now, with any of the stories that are in the big bucket, the first thing you should try to do is break them up. Is there a way that we can take that existing user story and break it up into multiple user stories, ultimately parse out that user story, and then have those be estimated at small? That way they're bite-sized, they're easy to complete and provide value. Not all big user stories can be broken up and still maintain the same amount of value delivered to the stakeholders or the users in this case. So some of them will stay big, but you do want to make an attempt to try to break up as many of those as possible. Any stories that are part of the uncertain bucket, that means that the requirements, the user stories are too vague. Maybe the concepts behind it are bleeding edge, and so it's really difficult to estimate how long it's going to take. These ones most definitely need to be broken up, defined and redefined, and then re-estimated to hopefully get them into either the big or the small buckets. So bus is a fairly simple agile estimation technique. The most often I see this utilized by companies that are just switching to agile from a more predictive methodology such as waterfall. But you do see some organizations that use this if they want to keep their estimation concepts pretty small on their projects. Next, let's look at T-shirt sizes. This one has multiple buckets. You actually usually have 5 buckets as part of this. You have an extra small, a medium, a large, and an extra large. So those are the 5 buckets that the features can be estimated into, and they go along with relative T-shirt sizes. The reason I think T-shirts are used is because it's very global. Everybody understands what a size of a shirt is, regardless of what language they're in, what country they work for, or what project methodology they've used in the past. And so this one has also become a fairly popular estimation technique for organizations switching to Agile, but some of them even just stay on these T-shirt sizes. They don't need it more complex than that. So each user story obviously is compared to each other based on how long it's going to take. It's placed into the one of 5 buckets: extra small, medium, large, and extra large. The large and extra large user stories are the ones that you should look at and see if you can break them up, if possible, into smaller user stories, ones that would fit into that extra small, or medium-sized buckets. It's not always going to be possible, but highly recommended that you don't have many, if any, large or extra large stories as you move forward to begin some of your sprint planning. So that's the T-shirt sizes estimation technique.